So guys, I am here today at SGGT up in Edinburgh and we are having a driver fitting today. So the only driver fitting I've had this year or ever, or for a long time, was with PXG. Good spot there, James, good camera work. So, Scott, we are...
How are you? You good?
Good to see you again. So, driver, where do we start?
I think let's just give you something to try and get some baseline numbers to begin with.
Yeah.
It's going to be and it's not even going to be an educated guess. I've never seen you hit a driver, but we'll just give you something to have a swing off and see what it looks like to begin with.
Yeah, so I've currently got stiff shaft, 10.5 degree,
okay,
black ops, standard driver, not the low spin head.
What is it you struggle with, Christopher?
Shots I struggle with, loose ones to the right, and normally a lot of spin.
Okay.
High spinning. They got the best that we could get was 3,500 spin. That's not a bad start. Seriously,
How does the head look behind the ball?
Head looks good. Yeah, I thought it would have more loft on it after that launch, but switcheroo or another one? What have we got?
I'm going to be Titleist head just to start. I just want to see what happens to that spin rate rather than that Callaway head.
Haven't hit this Titleist, so
no.
Which one is it?
The GT3, 9 degrees.
So have you gone less loft than, I said I had 10.5, have you gone less loft to try and get the spin down straight away?
It's not that you're needing the 10.5 for height either. When you look at from a number standpoint, the 9's going plenty high. I don't see any need to play 10.5.
Okay. So I like the shape of that head.
Look better around the ball.
Yeah.
Have you always played 10.5?
No. Normally it was 9, but then it fitted me into a 10.5 degree head. But we was in Arizona and it was about 100 degrees.
That helps.
So, might be slightly different conditions.
So, numbers-wise, that was definitely lower, but visually it looked too low to me, personally.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
How does it feel?
Feels nice off the face, that, to be fair.
Shaft?
Shaft, again, feels solid.
Okay.
Can't blame that on the shaft or the head, that one.
That's on the bypass. Is that your bad one?
Bad one's a massive block, to be honest.
Right, okay.
Which is a strange one. Well, there's a theme today.
So the spin that we couldn't get below 3,000 before, we're now low 2s, but that coupled with a 10 launch is too low. We need one of them to go up a hair.
Right, yeah. So either launch to go up or the spin a little bit.
Yeah, one of them needs to go up. I think it's okay having those numbers when it starts to work left. It's no long in turning into a duck hook. Sounded solid?
Yeah, that was a good hit. Launch 14.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Hmm.
That is more like you.
Yeah. I like the numbers getting there.
Yeah, 14 launch and 2.5 spins good. That plays.
Struggling with the pink tees today?
Yeah, I am. Head's a shed.
Let me just change that shaft over now that you've warmed up a bit.
So far, we're fine in the middle of the face. Club face control can be better. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where we go. So there's a few heads in here that I haven't tested, so...
Is there a corner of the range you've not found yet?
Well, I've not found just straight. Found that pile, Dave's pylons. I found both of those for him. Well, they're not power, the towers. Sorry, the towers. Right, we've gone for Ventus.
Ventus Blue 6X.
6X, right. So 6X means 60 grams.
Just over a bit extra,
Yeah.
yeah. So the VF that you were in to start with, the graphic design similar to like a Ventus Black.
Okay.
It's a little bit more stout. This is technically a little bit softer through that kind of tip section than the other one, but so I'm hoping that's going to help with the block, but we're going up on a flex, so we'll see what happens.
Right. Interesting.
How did it feel just on one swing?
It felt a lot lighter.
Okay,
in the
that's
shaft.
interesting.
It felt solid. I don't know if it is lighter. It certainly feels lighter.
Okay. Quicker, for whatever reason. Maybe just that's the sausage finally wore off. You burn through the tomato and the bacon and we'll be there.
It's the mushrooms you've got to watch out.
Yeah. That's what pushes you over the edge.
Let's see it again. Feel better or worse than the first shaft?
I think it feels better.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if performance-wise it was, but...
Spin rates definitely came down. We've killed spin with that. I'm going to give you more loft to see if we can actually hold it in the sky a bit better.
Okay. Yeah, spin down at 1.8, that's unheard of. Insane.
That's certainly better than your 3.3 number that we were talking about.
Yes.
If we can get the ball to go up the way to start with, we'd have a chance. Go.
This is one of those fittings you dread, don't you? Slinging hooks
Beautiful.
and big blocks.
Slinging hooks are the nightmare, like when it comes to fitting. It's even worse when you tell me your bad shot in the golf course goes right. Like, I'm going to stabilise it and stop slinging hooks, but then you make your course shot worse. Let's see it again.
Interesting. 112, 166 ball speed. Good spin. Good carry. Just terrible direction.
How direction?
Yeah. What have we got?
New Diamana WB 63X. Let's see if we can stop that duck hook for you.
This is after. Do you know what this is? I think I blame mid-handicap Dave for this.
Right.
After 5 years of watching him hit it left,
Yeah.
it's creeping in. Dave, if you're watching, which I know you are, this is your fault.
No, he is. The arrogance.
Good. A little bit low at the face, but good.
Yeah.
Certainly don't want it back.
No. More like it.
I can live with that.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
I felt like that's the one that was going to go right and then keep going right.
Yeah. It still kept some ball speed as well.
It's done really good off a bad one.
Yeah.
How does that head feel?
I like the head. Feels solid off the face. I like the shape and size of it. It's not too big. And this is the what? The GT3.
3.
Again, if that's the bad one,
Yeah, as far as strike goes, that can't be anywhere near the middle of the face.
that's nearly off the end of the toe.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
Interesting, the spin rate still stayed. Oh, that is the toe.
Yeah, I think it's so far to the toe that thing can't spin.
A true fitting, this.
You just take that one at the heel just to mix it up a bit.
I'm very bottom in that one. Still good ball speed though.
Done all right out there, isn't it? Thing is, you can live with your 3-3 spin if it's going to be that low out the face. It's when you're hitting out the middle and getting 3-3 spin, that's your killer.
Yeah. That does feel solid from pretty much, I've tried to fit it all over the face, clearly.
You get an extra couple of years out of it because you're spreading the wear. Yeah, the duck hook or the hook you were hitting with previous shafts, if that's as bad as it's going to be, that's
just down
in
the left
play,
hand
yeah.
side, isn't it?
It's going to catch rough, but it's not diving off the face. It's good, much better. Let's see again. So I'm going to go GT2. I'm going to just work through some different heads now and see what they do. So GT2 is obviously in profile going to look that a little bit bigger than this. You're interested to see what it does. A little bit more forgiving, so does that help you?
Same 10 degrees of loft?
Yeah, let's kind of try and keep it the same.
Yeah, plenty of options here.
Buddy.
Right. So into the GT2. But interesting here, SGGT, they have actually got the actual loft on this face. So it's interesting because when you're testing drivers, we know that there are tolerances. So that is a big tolerance. So it's pretty much an 11-degree driver, although you think it's a 10-degree. So if you are hitting it a bit higher and maybe spinning it more, potentially it could be a little bit out, which is, again, something Scott and the gang do here. Make sure that it's the right loft.
So what I've done, guys, I've just changed the setting on this just to make it a hair lower, 0.75 lower through the neck. So it is actually playing at your 10 degrees.
Perfect.
But at least with the loft to start, we know what we're working with, which definitely helps.
That felt nice.
I think over the years, the 2s got better and better. I think when it was TS, 2 was really big.
Yeah.
TSI, it was still big, but the last couple of generations, it started to look more and more playable.
Yeah, I think if you'd have put those both down, I wouldn't have been able to tell you the difference if I didn't look at the bottom.
Yeah, I think if you go back 2 or 3 generations and go to even if you go back to TS and you put the 2 just now, but next to the original 3, they're probably quite close to one another. So you get the benefit of it looking how you want it to look, but the forgiveness that GT2 is going to bring to the party.
Yeah. 2.8.
There's the forgiveness we're talking about.
That is the forgiveness. A little bit toey. And again, if that's the bad one, then
286 down the middle, it's in play, right? And doesn't look offensive behind the ball.
No.
We've not given you a game improvement driver that's going to scare you.
We can't do anything about that with that terrible swing.
Yeah. I'll hit the mulligan button. Swing. So GT2 is a little bit higher launching, so I'm going to just put you back to the 9. I think the 10 and the 2's certainly too high launching for you. So can we take that back down for you?
I'm still interested there that the spin still 2.6, which is better than I've had in a long time. Often 3,000 to 4,000.
How did it feel?
Again, just felt exactly the same there. So going from the 2 to the 3, I feel like, again, the off-centered hits felt the same.
Yeah.
I didn't feel too much different. And the looks-wise, obviously, like we say, a big thing is how that looks behind the golf ball. Still looks pleasing on the eye, which is what dreams are made of. 166.
Certainly flatter in terms of trajectory.
It certainly was, yeah.
Okay. Just launched really flat, didn't it?
Yeah.
It launched an hour 3 or 4 degrees higher. It was massive.
I visually saw that one higher.
I made sure it went higher. See, that was a terrible strike.
But you get away with murder.
But it still stayed in the air for a long time.
11 miles per hour left to carry the same.
Yeah, which is unbelievable, really. Yeah, I really do like that shaft. I think that's been a big change as well, hasn't it? I think.
Yeah, it's just giving you stability. I think the 3's a better head for you than the 2.
Yeah.
The likelihood is this isn't what you're going to end up with, but let's just hit GT4 just so you've tried them all.
What is GT for?
A smaller version of GT3.
Oh, God, yeah. It is small.
Yeah, there's a reason you don't see millions of this on tour. I think it looks pretty.
Yeah. Looks like a mini driver, really, doesn't it?
It might just not be as handy at the Tour of the Heel. So you take away that forgiveness, the spin rates start to then fluctuate loads when you start missing the middle of the face.
Yeah.
Like that one out the bottom with GT2, spin rate still stayed at 3,000. Instantly you're in technically a lower spinning head, but you miss the middle of the face and the spin pops up and you've lost.
Yeah. That's another 20 yards too. So. It is a nice looking head, but you wouldn't want that on every tee.
Does your bad one tend to be low at the face?
Yeah. In the GT3.
So this is the one that worked well. Fastest ball speeds, straightest direction, no pressure.
All right there.
Tried to be a really artistic shot there, sorry.
Straight, just straight right.
Yeah, just low on the face that, but again, club head speed back up there, which is interesting, and ball speed. Interesting, again, a low one off the face, but ball speed good. Club head speed back up there.
Again, for a bad one, it's okay. It's not a great drive, but it's in play.
There was a lot of positivity there. But guys, I think that is a convincing winner there. Obviously, the GT3, a driver that we haven't tested on the channel. I haven't tested it with Dave. But Scott, thank you very much for your time.
No worries, thanks for coming along.
Certainly an interesting one for you there. James has got a picture of all the ball flights, haven't you?
Video.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, buddy.
We'll see you soon, guys.